Clarke, I almost feel like Arsenal, in terms of points, are probably exactly where they were last season.
Not quite,
No?
I think.
Did you have a better start last season?
I think after 12 games, it won 10.
Oh, wow.
And drawn 1 and lost 1. So it was an incredible start last season. I think a few more drop points this time around, but slowly catching up, and it's aligning now with where Arsenal were at last season. I would say, I don't know for sure, I'd say it's 3 or 4 points in it.
Okay.
But obviously to sit on top of the pile, when really, I think there is a lot more to come from this Arsenal side. I don't think, if we're talking about, I make this analogy quite a bit, but if you're talking about boiling point, right? A team when they're really at it, they're on their game. I don't think Arsenal have been at boiling point very much this season. In various fits and spurts, they've been excellent, but for much of the campaign, it's been quite functional football.
Agreed.
But Arsenal have got themselves to the top of the league. There's a 2-point cushion. I think that's really encouraging.
Yeah, I agree as well about the point about you've not even turned it up yet. I still think there are gears to come. And you only have to look at the players that are not there, that would start. Jurriën Timber would start.
Yes.
Partey would start. You chuck those two in, and they're very athletic, very strong players as well. I think there is a lot more to come.
And definitely, Timber will get in. I don't know where though. I'm not quite sure. It could be left back. It could be right back.
Probably left.
Yeah, but one or the other. He can obviously cover at centre half. Partey gets in my strongest Arsenal 11 as well. So they're 2 big absentees. But Gabriel Jesus, his season's just starting.
Yeah,
he's played in all the Champions League games, scored in them all. But in the Premier League, he's barely started up front until the last couple of weeks. So once he gets going, I think in that position, you'll see a different Arsenal as well. So it's where the Gunners want to be at the moment. And when they see City dropping points here and there, making uncharacteristic errors, when you see Liverpool, a little bit wild, chaotic, grabbing wins, fair play to them at the weekend against Fulham, but not entirely convincing. It does make you wonder if Arsenal are equipped now to go the whole way. Yeah,
Kai Havertz, obviously back-to-back games now where he scored, and obviously look, that doesn't tell the full story of how he plays, but he's been bought as a midfielder, striker, whatever you want to kind of class him as. Goals help you, don't they? They get the fans off your back. People then start kind of cheering your name and they start creating chants for you. I'm happy for him because he's come in under a lot of stick, a lot of pressure, and finally we are starting to see a good Kai Havertz. Yeah,
I hate it. I hate to see players when they're getting flack from their own supporters. It must be so demoralising, especially when you're a new player. And he had no honeymoon period at all. He's an ex-Chelsea. A lot of people were quibbling about the size of the fee. So he was up against it right from the start, and he didn't hit the ground running. His performance level was mediocre, but he is a very, very good footballer. He is silky. He offers plenty, I think, in terms of skill, in terms of end product and industry as well. I think that we've seen a lot of that. I think Arsenal fans are buying into his application. He gets around the pitch, he win the ball back for you. He did it the other day. He produced a great turnover. Odegaard slips in, I think Eddie Nketiah, who should score. So, there's a good player there, but I think there is still a lot more to come, and I don't know whether he is in Mikel Arteta's strongest starting 11.
But that's what it is, though, isn't it? I mean, last season off the bench, maybe he didn't have enough to go all the way. If Kai Havertz can come off the bench, at least now the squad's good enough. Declan Rice, I mean, look at the smile on your face. He's come in, and I do wonder if Pep's regretting. Obviously, Arsenal and Man City were going head to head in the bidding war for Declan Rice. Man City decided to kind of not go and pursue him, and they left the door open for you guys to go in and play what at the time was a record bid for him, worth every penny. Yeah,
I think that the all-round central midfielders have never been more valuable because of the style of football has changed.
Yeah,
look how many teams play out from the back.
It's incredible.
Everyone plays out from the back. So the guy that has to sit there at the base of that midfield has got to be so comfortable on the ball, receiving it in tight areas. They've also, because very attack-minded Premier League managers are these days compared to before, right across the division. So I think that holding midfielder is having to cover more ground, and there's more onus on them to stem the tide. And I think that Declan does that effortlessly well. What I love about him, I think, is his nose. And it sounds a weird thing to say, but he smells danger better than almost every other footballer in the Premier League. He sees it, he smells it, and he deals with it really quickly, really efficiently, and he puts out fires, and that is a great quality to have. And then when he gets it, and I have the pleasure of seeing him every week, when he gets the ball, and this might sound silly to some people, but he fizzes passes into teammates, I would say just a degree quicker than anybody else does. He just fizzes it along the floor perfectly to their feet, and it just gives the likes of Saka and Martinelli or Trossard or Jesus, it buys them an extra half a second to then go and do their thing, and all these little things add up to a player that's had a pretty monumental impact on the side.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.